Hello, my name is Nadine and welcome to Hop Along Studio. If you don't know what art journaling is and you've never tried it, today I want to share with you my personal thoughts on what art journaling is and 3 reasons why you should add it to your creative practice. I want to talk about my creative journey and why I art journal, but I thought I would make this a little bit more interesting by sharing with you a very simple art journaling page as I talk, and that way you can see what it could actually be for your own creative practice. So art journaling is known as visual journaling or creative journaling. So creative journaling is a way of sharing our thoughts and our feelings in a creative manner. Think of it as a journal, but you're not just using words, but you're also using imagery and color to share your thoughts and your feelings. So a lot of my art journaling pages end up being a little bit complex because I really do enjoy that process and that time to get those complex images, but it can be as simple as adding a few swipes of watercolor to a page, adding your words, and that can be enough. It doesn't have to be incredibly complex. It's whatever you prefer to get out of that creative process. And it can be very intuitive. Like, I'm just throwing down color. I'm not really worried about what this is going to be in the end. I haven't really even decided. The only thing I thought about was making sure I add my words from some of the things we're talking about today on this page. My journey into creative journaling started at a time when I was looking to express my creativity in a different way. At that point, I've been doing photography for more than 15 years. I've been doing scrapbooking. I was a maker. I did a lot of creative projects, and I really enjoyed the process, but I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to work my art skills. I wanted to make my own images, and I wanted to see where this could lead. And at this time, I was going through some conflict at work. The work environment wasn't a great fit for me, and I had a really hard time coping with the situation. And what I found was that just through the process of art journaling, being able to share with color and shapes and imagery my thoughts, my feelings, where I was at, that went a long way to help me be able to deal with this in a lot more constructive way than maybe I would have. It was a way of just relieving that stress, of feeling like there was a place that I could create without judgment and talk about some of these things that I was having a really hard time with. The main reason I choose to art journal is a place for personal self-expression. I think we all need that place where we can have our own personal self-expression. A place where we can share those thoughts and emotions without necessarily having to share them with others. It creates a place that we can work through those deep emotions in a really honest way. I think we all need a safe space without judgment that we can process our feelings and these emotions and work through these situations that we're in. In my art journal pages, I've been depressed, angry, happy, joyful, and frustrated. By being able to process these emotions, by being able to move past the situations that we're in instead of dwelling on them, can help us have less stress and just live a much happier life. And I love art journaling because it's helped me so much with emotional intelligence. Moving from the analytical side of my brain to the creative side of my brain, it just helps me process things differently. It can relieve stress, and it really helps with the positive mindset. Because often, even when you're sharing some of the sad things in your art journal, it helps you to be able to find some closure in it. The second reason I like to art journal is it's a place to chronicle our journey. So every art journal page is a story, and it shows me the journey that I have taken. We can look back at those old art journal pages and see the season of the life that we've come through. I'm always so amazed by how far I've come in my journey. Just not artistically, but also emotionally. I love the art journal because it helps me move past getting mired in my own thoughts. Instead of reliving these events day after day, it's a place I can add the thought, add those emotions, add the feelings, and basically chronicle it and move past it. So the chronicling our journey is so important because being able to see our thoughts expressed in words, images, and art can help us really embrace the creative and emotional journey that we're going through. It lets us see where we come from, what we have experienced, and it can help us make better decisions on where we want to go next. And the third reason I love art journaling, it's a place to try out art techniques. When you start out learning to art journal, you may not feel like you know what you're doing or feeling very artistic. It's not a place where you need fantastic art skills for self-expression. And I think that art journal is a perfect place for creative play because we don't have to share it with anyone. That journal can be our personal journal that's just ours, or we can choose to share it with those around us. Because it's so personal, we can choose to just give it a try, make mistakes, try things, and learn from them. And because of that, that just gives us a lot of freedom. And we can also be our worst critic when it comes to new things. Having a place to make mistakes and learn It can go a long way to help us master these creative skills. And I recently experienced this. I was doing an art exercise that was really out of my depth. It was the idea of putting blobs of watercolor and creating characters and animals and new creatures from it. And I found it so hard because I was struggling so much with just letting go and enjoying it and embracing it for what it was. I was getting into perfect. I was getting into it's too much. And I just realized that's why the art journal is important. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be nice art. It's just something. And that something is more than good enough. So I hope this gives you some incentive for art journaling on your own. If you're looking for creative ideas, my website is full of lots of techniques and lots of projects for art journaling. And lots of prompts to also get you started. If you're looking to purchase an art journal, last week I did a video on art journaling. And that's where I shared my favorite journals and what to look for when you're looking to purchase a journal. And I would love to hear about your creative journaling practice and if you have started it or if it's something you're interested in starting. I would love to see your comments below and be able to start a conversation with you. So you can see by just adding a few brush strokes, adding a little bit of journaling, and also you have an art journal page. This is not meant to be complex. This was meant to be a very straightforward exercise. And it just shows you that art journaling doesn't have to take a ton of time. It doesn't have to be hours and hours of time. If you have 15 minutes a day, you can art journal. So I hope that giving you some understanding of art journaling and why I do it maybe will help you find a way to have creative self-care in your own life. And if you've enjoyed this video, if you could like it, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you're interested in any of the materials that I used in this project, you can find them in the supply list below. There are affiliate links on that supply list, and that's just another way you can support this channel. If you are interested in art journaling and want to purchase an art journal, check out this video here. I go over different paper types and what journals work with which mediums the best, and I hope this will give you a better foundation to start your art journaling practice. So I hope you have a really great week, that you take some time for some personal self-care, and I will see you next time.